to help build on this. You know, we're trying to build a trading group. There's tons of trading groups I know, but I'm trying to build one with people from the West Coast, the East Coast, and the center of the United States come together, you know, and actually build a real trading group that can actually benefit people in the long run. And I'm not charging you $10, $20, $30,000, taking all your money, feeding you some fantasy bull crap that you're going to be rich in the next 2 or 3 years, which obviously is very possible with options because of the way you can return money, but chances are it's not going to happen. So they sell you a dream. I'm experienced this. They sell you a dream. They use sales tactics and urgency tactics to pretty much get you to need to join now because the impending market crash or I hope you watch this video if you're looking at any kind of stuff like that and maybe see the end of it right now and understand this. They're going to sell you a dream. They use sales tactics, urgency tactics to get you to feel like you have to have it now, or you're going to fail, or you're going to lose money, you're going to go bankrupt, you're going to lose your job and all that stuff. Guess what? Trading is a leverage against if you did lose your job, if you knew how to trade. If you don't know how to trade, or you're very, very novice at it, or extremely amateur, you need to get a job. I don't want to work for the rest of my life, but I make good money at the job I do. I work on airplanes. It's fun. I like it. I'm a mechanic. I'll be making more money once I get my A&P license, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why I haven't really been making any videos and been really, really active in the chat or whatever. Once I get that, shout out to the guys that have pushed me for that. Appreciate you guys. It does take time. You know, I'm probably overthinking it, but don't buy into somebody's program where they're charging you $1,000 a month or $5,000 or $10,000 for some class that they teach you for even 4 or 5 days. If you're paying me $3,000, well, I'm working with you for at least half a year. Like, we're going to be back and forth for 6 months. All right. Now, I have people that, you know, I use on the West Coast, like I said, for certain things like technical analysis. I didn't really use technical analysis, but now it's one of the strongest tools in my belt for trading because the way I can read charts now and pretty much predict moves versus what I used to do was sort of just playing the trends and momentum, which worked, but sometimes that stuff runs out or you don't really, you miss opportunities when you don't see things. But when you just happen to look at a chart and you're like, that looks kind of good. You go back to a day chart. Now you go back to a year chart. And now you go back to a full long length of charting for that stock or whatever. And you see that it's on a beautiful swing up maybe. That's a huge potential to make money. Whether it's options, if they have options against it, or if you're just buying the shares straight up. You can still make a lot of money day trading stocks. There are 3 pattern day trader limit. There's 3 day trades in a 5 moving window. Robinhood has a block on it for you, new traders, so you don't do that. Don't buy a position knowing that you only have 1 day trade left, but you have to get out of the position because you're either going to lose money or you're going to watch the profit build so high and beautifully that tomorrow, when it goes down, you're going to lose that money or that profit will trim out. And that does happen. But be smart with your money. It's your money. If you're just going to throw away money, you know, stuff like that, I'll be more than happy to take it as a donation. If you're just going into the market with 5 or 10 grand and you're just blindly trading, I'll be honest, you're stupid, okay? You're being reckless with your money that you could be actually investing. You're better off just buying $10,000 in something and just letting it sit for a year and see what happens. Put a trailing stop loss on it so if it ever does go up, it caps your profit, but it also prevents you from losing money. Matter of fact, GME just did that with me. It went up to 660. I had a 35 cent because I wanted to tighten that window to make sure I didn't lose. I really wanted a minimum of $500 profit. I made $680 profit in about a week on that. It is a $10,000 position, so it's a very large position. So that very small move was very beautiful and quick turnaround. I was up as high as about 1350, 1390 through yesterday, but then it came down and then it dipped today. Probably a lot of profit takers before the weekend or maybe some news that I haven't seen yet. But we're looking for another move continuing up. I'm confirming my chart. That's another reason I'm okay with selling. I put a limit buy to 622. So in the event that it does dip back down to that, I'll pick it back up just 35, 40 cents higher than what I actually bought it for initially. but I'm still coming out with 70 something more shares on top. So it's actually a little more leverage in my corner. However, if I notice that the chart that I drew, matter of fact, like this guy right here, this is what we're waiting on. Like I say, you got this bar, you got this bar. So you see that my trend line is being respected here. All right, so I got recording time. But that other one was a nice, beautiful bullish candle, and you got some trickery going on here. But once it broke through, I'm confident now. Here's the thing. This is support now. It was resistance. This is very important. If you paid attention to the end, thank you. Forgot to say this earlier. This is your current support. Current. Why? Well, because we got this nice bullish candle that stayed and stabilized on top. And then we went up. But now we're retesting this support on this third bar here. My trend line is down. But once we break out, I'm solid. We're good at least for another $1. I think max, worst case 30, 40, 50 cents, which is still tremendous. So support turned from resistance. So this was resistance. It wasn't getting over this area. This was my long drawn way out here from back in like a year ago or so. And it was beautiful. So this is exactly what happened. So as long as we don't go this way and break back through our now support, we have a false confirmation and it will continue back down. And then I will obviously not buy that. I will send this video to everybody on the Fishhook Trader email list. To get on that, the fishhooktrader@outlook.com. Email me, feel free to ask questions. Strictly digital trading information back and forth, $60 a month. Let me know. Excuse me. Cash App, Venmo, whatever. There you go. This is a very important lesson right here. If you paid attention to the end of this video, thank you. Again, shout out to TCX Trader Circle and Spartan Trades. I really enjoy both your platforms. Discord, they're great, very knowledgeable, and I hope to see some new faces in there very soon. Thanks again, guys.